Yeah, cool. All right. All right, good morning, everyone. Looks like we got some finally decent enough service to try to start the stream up. I hope everything's going swimmingly. Hey, good morning, T. How's it going? All right. Good morning, Mrs. Noss. How is it going? It's going very swimmingly. That is what I love to hear, T. So full disclosure, I've been walking for almost 3 hours now. Just shy of it. I started walking around 7. Usually in the morning I like to walk about an hour or so, get like 3 miles in, check the service, make sure everything's good and running good. I had 4 bars of service when I started at 7, but when I got about 40 minutes into it, I lost all of my service. And then I haven't had it since. So, here we are now that we have service again. All right. All right, sounds good, Mrs. Nuss. But the good news today, the very, very good news today, is that at the end of the day, I'm going to be sleeping in a bed in a hotel, which is awesome, and I am so excited for it. And I'm so excited to be able to shower and get cleaned, and oh my God, I am so excited. What's your average at now? 74 3/4? Yay for hotels. What average are you talking about, T? And no kidding, yay for hotels. Hey, good morning, Monique. How's it going? For partner? Oh. I think it's like 73.2. It's getting up there. We're getting close. And so is the rest of the world. Yay. How's it going, DJ? All right. And I feel confident that we're going to have pretty decent service here for at least a little bit. Considering if I look to my left, there is a giant cell tower there. Kind of a nice sight to see in the middle of farmland, New York. Hey, Miss Noss, welcome back. Gimme leg, you need to eat and do a bit of work. Hope you're okay. We're doing all right, DJ. I woke up today. My left Achilles tendon was a little stiff, and it continues to be a little stiff. We're gonna walk on through it, and hopefully it loosens up. And if not, I don't know if you heard, but I'm gonna say it again because I'm excited. We got a hotel for tonight, I'll be able to sleep in a bed and rest it up thoroughly there. Take a nice hot shower, get all this dirt and grime off of me. We were in some pretty heavy thunderstorms in our tent last night. I took some videos just of the sounds of the rain coming down, the torrential downpour, and the thunder coming down. Luckily, everything in the tent sealed and held, so we didn't get wet or anything like that. But packing everything up this morning, my tent fly, my tent itself a little bit, and my footprint were all just soaked and covered in mud. So having to wrestle with all that stuff to wrap it up means I'm now all covered in mud and gross. Good morning, Pookie, and good morning, Baloo. Good morning, Quiet to Listen. We are going to have a great day. Well, look at that. I'm just going to show you. That's that giant cell tower I was talking about. That gives me confidence that we're going to have signal here for a bit. I'll take that. That was what my comment was about. You're excited to have a shower. So is the rest of the world. Lol, I got you, DJ. I'm sure the rest of the world is excited that I'm going to shower because I have been pretty ripe for the past couple of days. Have to talk to people from a distance, you know? Don't get any closer than across the road as to not offend their sensitivities. Morning and happy Sunday, Richie Slammer. Hope it's going good. My point entirely. I got you, DJ. Whew. How was the subway yesterday? It was good. I think I might have made some mistakes in my ordering, but I guess only time will tell. I got spinach on the 4 subs that I got because the next subway isn't for like 57 miles. And spinach is not known for holding very well, so if I got to scrape it off my sandwiches, I will. But I guess we'll see. Hey, D-Jash, how's it going? What's wrong with the Sunday, man? Monique, I think we're still in the town of Pavilion in New York. But we're going to the town or city or whatever it is of Attica. That's the final destination today. Morning, Addie. How's it going? I did find a nice safe place to sleep. It was like, it's interesting how to explain it, right? There was a little bit of a roadway that went off of, a dirt roadway that went off of this road. Followed that for a little ways. And I found a nice little spot, right? That was surrounded by trees. So that were much taller than us for lightning to aim for. But there was a nice little opening so that we weren't directly under any like branches that could have fallen on us and killed us in our sleep. So we set up tent there and it worked out pretty well. Good morning, Principal Matthew. How's it going? One thing you do have to be careful of when setting up tent, especially when preparing for a thunder and lightning storm, is you don't want to be directly under any like dead branches or dying trees, because if they do get struck by lightning or if the wind blows the right way, they could be coming down on you, you know? So, you just got to be conscious of where you're setting up. Alright, let's run through this. We got a couple of follows off stream. Meshara, Jodapo, Evil Book Lady, Franz Scholler, and Tyler Ranosaurus Rex. Thank you guys all very much for the follows. Appreciate it. Appreciate all of you. And welcome to the walk. If you don't get good cell coverage on Telephone Road, where would you? Yeah, no kidding, DJ. I've been on Telephone Road all morning, and we had some bad service. Doesn't make any sense to me. This is part, it's called Telephone Road. How's the heat treating you, Cam Rosa? The heat, it was really mean to us yesterday. But more than the heat, it was just the humidity. Nothing like sweating so much that when you breathe, it feels like you're breathing soup, you know? But we still did 27 miles, so we still killed it. and got ahead so that we only have to do 23 today before we hit our hotel, which is awesome. Good morning, Minnow Mike. You know we're gonna keep on trucking. Only one way to go, and that way is west, man. To Santa Monica. About 10 miles south of you is Lechtworth State Park. I visited there 3 years ago, was awestruck. It is known as the Grand Canyon of the East, with a deep canyon and 3 large waterfalls. That sounds beautiful, Principal Matthew, and I wish we were stopping by. But I don't know if I have the time in the schedule to add a 10-mile walk out of the way, unfortunately. Otherwise, I'd love to see it. I will say though, guys, some more good news. I jumped on a phone call real quick last night with Artman, who is a fellow streamer, also a YouTuber who has a history of working with TV and news interviews. And he's interested in having us on his stream tomorrow after we finish up our stream. So I think I got a Zoom connected with him to try to get on his show for a little bit, which sounds like a fun time, and I'm excited for it. But Sean, it's only 3 hours away. Lol. 3 hours away and 3 hours back is a full day. Unfortunately. Oh no, we got, oh, how did we lose? I have full bars on my phone. Oh well. Okay, at least we're back. I'll take that. I wonder what highway this is. Where am I? Where am I? What year is it? 19. That's what I'm assuming. Okay. Dude, Buffalo's at the end of the road. Yeah, right at the end there. So unfortunately, we're not going straight into Buffalo, DJash. We are going to like skirt our way around it. But if we get our full 20-mile day in tomorrow, we should be there, like in the Buffalo area, walking by. We talked about the stadium. I forget what the stadium's name is. Walking by the stadium's name tomorrow. That being said, I don't know if we're going to do that. I might end up taking a half day tomorrow if I feel like sleeping in at the hotel, but we will see. It's all very dependent on how I feel in the morning. Sometimes you have to let your body tell you when to slow down. Hold on, let's see. Quiet to listens. You were some seconds, now it's lagging a bit. Kind of literal village north of you, it's called Junction. Lol. Alright, hopefully stopping fixes that quiet. I hope so. We're back now, huh? Interesting. So yeah, according to that green sign right there, Buffalo's only 37 miles away. We probably have another 15 miles or so to walk today. So we would be there tomorrow. Yo, we're going south of Buffalo, DJ and Butterfly Man. Welcome to the chat. Signal's fine, good. Good. Let me know if it starts giving us problems again. I'll beat up the encoder. And by that I mean I'll just give it a simple restart, refresh. And that usually does the trick. You were back before you stopped, but signal was a bit iffy a few minutes back. Okay. Hey, Butterfly Man, how's it going? How's she going, eh? Also, Big Bearded Badass. Awesome name. Thank you very much for the follow. I appreciate it. Appreciate you, and welcome to the walk. Yeah, DJ, we're going to spend a lot of time walking our way along Lake Erie, so I'm sure we will see plenty of Lake Erie. Not bad. Glad to hear it, Butterfly Man. Glad to hear it. Every day's a good day when you're feeling good. All right. Hey, good morning, Flip. Hey, good morning, lady. How's it going? Will you be stopping at Cedar Point? Cedar Point? I don't think so. I don't think I get close enough. What if I get close enough and it's like right there? I'll probably take a day to do it because you gotta if you're there, you know? I just have to look at the map. I hear Cedar Point is absolutely insane. Hey, Johnny Weeble, how's it going? How was your casino day? Winning something? Nope, the casino day we lost everything, Johnny. We put in $100, got up to about 150, and then lost it all. Plus the cost of 3 beers. But we had fun doing it, and that's what matters, I suppose. We've been here before, trucker life. Lol. Reading the map, you were heading to the Suicide Corners. Who gives such a name to a crossing? I don't know, but that's not a very comforting name. I certainly don't like that name for this, especially if I'm the one walking through it. Well, you were going down the coast of Lake Erie, don't pass up Cedar Point. All right, DJ, like I said, if we're walking right on by it, man, I'll take a stop in there, see what we got going on. That sounds like a fun time. The one thing about attractions like that, though, is like, I have to try to be able to find somewhere where I can put and store Mr. Wilson where he's not in danger of getting robbed or anything like that. And that can be bothersome. Like when I went to the casino, they wouldn't let Mr. Wilson in because apparently he was considered a security risk. So we had to leave him out by like the front doors and just trust that the security guards are going to watch it well enough that it wouldn't go missing. Ride them roller coasters. Whittle-doo, whittle-doo. Oh boy. Uh-oh. A couple of dogs in the yard, they're barking at me. Their owner's not too happy. Oop. How's it going? Oh boy. Alright, let's get out of here before it causes any more trouble. Dogs almost ran into the road after me. Oh god. Causing problems. My bad, my bad. I'm just walking here. Lol. I actually, this morning, right before stream started, well before stream started, like pretty much as soon as I started walking at like 7, I was walking by this house, and this like 8-year-old kid was out there, right, hanging out with his dog, and this dog was way bigger than he was. All of a sudden, the dog sees me, starts running after me, right? I grab the dog in an effort to try to give it back to the kid. The kid has no interest in taking the dog back. I was like, what? It's your dog. And he goes, nah, you can just let him go, let him roam. He'll come back when he's ready eventually. I said, oh, okay, well, okay. If that's what the dog does, that's fine. So I let the dog go. The dog then continues to follow me for about a mile down the road. And I'm getting worried because this thing is like not paying attention to the rules of the road. It's crossing the road. It's crossing in front of cars. Cars are having to stop for this dog. And I'm like, I don't want to be the reason this thing gets like hit by a car or anything like that. That was awful. Eventually, I find a house. And I go up to the house like a mile away from where this dog joined me. And I go, listen, I'm walking across the country. I'm afraid this dog is just going to keep on walking as long as I keep on walking. And I don't want to get 20 miles away from this house and have the dog not be able to find its way back. Is there any way you can like take care of this thing? And luckily the guy was nice enough to take the dog. He called the owner because apparently he knew who it was. And he said, yeah, you go on ahead. We'll take care of him here. And when the owner calls us back, we'll give him the dog. But either way, I spent most of my time this morning foot long the dog wall. No, I spent most of my time this morning worrying about this dog, trying to make sure it wasn't going to get hit by any oncoming traffic or anything like that. And it was kind of crazy. Baby buggy security list. Well, did you get a pic of your travel companions yesterday? I actually didn't, T, and no. I just got what's in the VOD. But they were cute. I liked those two. They were nice, playful, stayed by the side, weren't running out into the middle of traffic. This dog this morning, he was running out in the middle of traffic, trying to fight cars or something. He was crazy. But the dog is following you and don't want to go back for a mile than the kid. You know what? That's true. I'd rather the dog than the kid. That's a fact. But like, I was worried. So like, this dog was obviously a farm dog that was able to roam the farm and everything like that, which is fine, perfect. That's what he's born and raised doing. That's whatever. But sometimes when a dog like sees a person or gets attached to a person or is walking with a person, they will just keep right on walking with that person no matter what else happens. And I was afraid he was doing that and he was just going to keep on going. And when I talked to the guy in the house that I left the dog with, he did let me know that that dog has never made it out that far. So I'm glad that I was able to reach him and get that all figured out. So an 8-year-old and a dog are left unsupervised for at least as long as it took you to walk the mile. Yeah, it was crazy to you. It was crazy. That, and when the guy that I left the dog with called the owner of the dog, he just didn't pick up. There was no answer. It was crazy. What kind of dog was it? It was some kind of a mixed honey badgers, but I'm not sure which kind. It was not a purebred. Based on waiting for the owners not answering their phone. Good morning, Aaron. How's it going? The dog wanted nothing to do with that kid, lol. No, because the kid would call after it for a little bit, and it just like was ignoring him. Not interested in what he was selling. Hey, Hockey Mom. We are currently in upstate New York, in the town of Pavilion, I believe. If you type in !map in the chat, a link will come up to a website called Real Time IRL that tracks my location in real time, so you can see exactly where we are. Now I need my tea to wake up. Lol. There are also thunderstorm warnings in the areas, guys. So as the day gets later on, we might get hit with a couple of thunderstorms. I'm trying to make as much progress as I can this early morning so that hopefully we get to the hotel before any more of them roll in. But if we gotta stop and hunker down, it is what it is, and we will stop. I have my kids trained to bring it to me. Now that's a nice trick, Aaron. That's a nice trick. Now I want a puppy bowl. I think back to it, and it was a little messed up, Aaron, but my dad used to have us trained to take off his boots when he got home. Like, he'd walk to the couch, he'd sit down, and he'd snap his fingers, and like one of me or my brothers would have to get up and take his boots off. It was very strange. That and another one would go get a beer from the fridge. A little bit weird, but I guess that's you don't know any better when you're a kid. Oh, hell no, stinky feet. And they were stinky teeth. I'm sure they still are. Thanks, Dad. Wait, lady. Sean's dad, lol. And yikes. Yeah, and he thought he was funny too, because when he'd untie the boot, right? And he'd go to pull it off, and he'd try to pull it off on the heel. And every once in a while, he would just curl his toes up and hold it there so that you tried to pull with all your might. And then eventually, when he saw you were pulling as hard as you could, he'd release it, let it go, and watch it go flying across the room. Like playing tug of war with a dog or something like that. Oh, boy. Also, there have been they're not big hills, but there have been a lot of hills today so far. I guess I can't complain because they're not huge earth-shattering hills, but it feels like we've done a lot of uphill is all I'm saying. Your dad worked on or near the water, yeah? All I can imagine is fish sweaty feet smell. No, he didn't work on that water, unfortunately. He worked in much worse water. My dad, for a lot of his life until he got the job that he is at now, which is working for a electrical utility company, he was a pipe fitter, a welder that worked on HVAC and pipe. So he used to work in anything from HVAC air ducts to welding pipes in the sewers. So it's even worse than you might think. Are we related? Sounds like my dad, lol. Per your live map, the next major intersection, Highway 63, is called Texaco Town. Then after that, the Highway 35 is called Suicide Corner. I heard about this. I'm interested to see what's going on with the Suicide Corner thing. It's a very eerie sounding name. And I don't like it, especially if we're walking through it. Unfortunately, lady, I do not know. The best I can do is offer you the route map on the Twitter that shows you the full map, and then just compare it to where we are on the actual real-time map. Real-time because of the way it works, and because it only broadcasts my location when stream is active. It's good because it means people can't find me when I'm asleep in a tent somewhere. But it restarts at this start of every day, unfortunately. Lake Erie is an eerie sounding name too. Yeah, but I heard somewhere, Principal Matthew, that Lake Erie is the least eerie of the lakes. Just a route in a current view, yep. I'm thinking you spent a lot of time in detention for a principal. Lol. Alright, the wind is a blowing like there's a storm a coming, so Let's keep our feet moving and try to get ahead of it as much as possible. It's not the end of the world if it's just rain. If it's just rain, we'll just keep on walking through it. But if the thunder and lightning comes with it, then we gotta hunker down. And I don't want to hunker down too long because I gotta make it to the hotel today. I need that shower more than anything ever in the world. Congrats on your casino win. That was not my casino win. I definitely lost at the casino. That was Deal With It, who is the man that we met when we went to the casino. Apparently went back after the time we went together and won big. But good morning, ABC. How's it going? Swim in Lake Erie myself when I visited East Harbor by Cedar Point. Nice water, shallow on the edge, nice. Maybe we'll have to take a dip in just to cool off. Although I think the weather's supposed to cool down here for the next couple of days, which is good. And I don't know how many more of these 90-degree days I can take. Attention for telling too many bad jokes. Okay, I misunderstood. I thought they came and picked you up. I went back to the casino. Nope. I was not there that time, unfortunately. Unfortunately. I don't think I would go back even if I was offered though, ABC. I've lost enough money there. My night last night was eventful, ABC. That's what I'll say. It was eventful. I found a nice little spot in the woods somewhere. Honestly, a pretty nice little spot. I can't complain about it at all. It was on a bit of a hill, but not the end of the world. I just placed my stuff at the bottom side of it and me at the top. But the thunder and lightning storm that swang through last night, I took videos of the sound just so that I could share it with you guys later and show you what was going on. But there was like torrential downpours, loud booming thunders, lightning that lit up the whole inside of the tent. It was honestly pretty cool, but a little scary, a little intense. Get it? A little intense because I was in a tent. Lol. Way that radar shows everything going north of you, maybe just a random shower. I'll take that, Aaron. That's what I want to hear. Colonel Russ, thank you very much for the follow. I appreciate it. Appreciate you and welcome to the walk. Oh boy, it's one of my favorite camping jokes, T. How did your hunt hold up? Perfect. I was a little bit worried. I stayed up for a couple hours later than I probably should have. Just watching for leaks or anything that might happen. But we didn't have a single leak, stayed perfectly dry all night. Thunderbolts and lightning, very, very frightening me. I'll tell you what though, Flip, there's a new meaning to that song when you sit outside in the middle of a tent in the middle of a thunder and lightning storm, man. It is pretty frightening. Thanks you for saying it was held up by stakes. Lol. In the high stakes situation. Alright. Making my way downtown, walking past faces, passing them homebound. Do. Hey Zicky, how's it going, bud? Good morning. Am I trying to get hit by a car? No, I am not, Danny. Hey, thanks for your concern. The problem is, all of the shoulders in America are slightly pitched at an angle to account for drainage on the roadways. So right now we are walking on an angle. After a while, it really starts to wear down and hurt your legs. So when we can see for miles ahead of us, right now we can't because of the hill, that's why we're in the shoulder, we will oftentimes walk on the roadway. A couple of years ago, we had a lightning storm coming from one direction and a meteor shower from the other side. That sounds amazing, Flip. You know how I would walk 1,000 miles. That would be really cool to see. We had a lunar eclipse here back on the night of the 15th into the 16th, and that was pretty cool. Fortunately, I couldn't get any good pictures of it because my phone apparently sucks at taking pictures of the sky, but it was pretty cool to see. Keep crossing that white line there, that means stay out. No, I'm telling you, when you can see for miles ahead of you and you can see the oncoming traffic, you're okay. Right now, again, because of the hill, we can't, so we'll stay in the shoulder, but when we can see ahead of us, we'll go for it. That's true, Flip, you're right. I'm only about, I think according to T, just under 500 miles from home. Short little jaunt. I doubt you'd get there tonight, lol. Just book it as fast as you can. Realistically, I think 500 miles, whatever that is divided by 60, but I think we're only about like an 8 hours drive. Isn't that crazy? It's taking me 3 weeks to walk out this far, about an 8 hours drive from home. We're expecting storms between 7 and 9 p.m. tonight. Cold front will break this 2-day plus 95 plus temps. Then next week in the 70s and low 80s, so you should have better walking conditions. I love the words that you're saying to me right now, ABC. Just talk dirty to me. 6 hours drive, believe me, I checked. Oh, okay. All right, I'm not as far as I thought it was then. Nice catch, Quiet. 6 hours with your foot on the pedal, like, woof. Here's what to do, get a truck and put a treadmill in the back. You kind of walked it. That's what I'm saying. When I was in Key West, I was able to see thunderstorms from a distance from off a bridge. The storms were over the ocean. Best sky show I ever saw. Last time I was down in Florida, or one of the last times I was down in Florida, not the last time, I got to see a space shuttle launch. And that was pretty cool. How fast are you driving? Well, about 3.4 miles per hour. So you walked 27 miles yesterday? Good for you. I did ABC, but it was a hell of a time. Yesterday was in the 90s, or it hit 90, with like somewhere between 50 to 70% humidity throughout the course of the day. It was a time. That's what I'll say. I might have walked 27 miles, but I did not enjoy walking 27 miles. Today, it's a little bit cooler already. I think we're still in the 70s. It's a good time. It's a good time. Still pretty humid out though. When I saw you on Discord at 4:30, I was expecting you to go live sooner than you did. Lol. I wanted to, Ziggy. I tried going live like just before 8 o'clock. But unfortunately, I was walking through a very low service area. So I had to hold off on going live for the service. Oh, hey, lol. Get it, because it's a farm. And there's a hay truck. But we did start walking earlier, Ziggy. I was out of the tent and like walking by I think like 6:45, a little bit before 7. So we've put some good miles in already today. Just because I am like desperately trying to get to this hotel that we have booked as fast as possible and get started on my resting as fast as possible. We had a winter place in Center, Florida, and we're able to stand on our deck and see the shuttles. That's really cool, ABC. Oh, I will say the cool part about my shuttle story, though, that I left out was that it was on my birthday. That was pretty nice. Like a birthday shuttle launch. All right, let's do this. Come on, baby. Move your body, make you do that conga. No, you can't control yourself any longer. I like those are the words. Come on, shake your body, baby. Do that conga. No, you can't control yourself any longer. Oh. It seems less hot today. It definitely is. It's still just as muggy, just as humid out, but it is not nearly as hot. Also, good morning, Brian. Good morning, Streaks of Blue. Catch him, conga, lol. I did the Google map from Buffalo to Cleveland. It is 186 miles and 61 hours of walking. 61 hours of walking, you say? 186 miles? Luckily, we're not going to go into Buffalo too much. So it should be a little bit closer to like 160 to Cleveland. 160 divided by 20 is 8 days. That's about right. About right. 59 degrees in my room right now. Might need a sweatshirt. Nah, today is not bad. I'm not complaining about the heat at all today. It's in the low 70s right now. I will take this any day of the week over what we had yesterday. That being said, again, I wish it was a little bit drier because all the sweat that I am sweating currently is just sitting on my body and not evaporating. I literally have to keep my right eye closed because there's just so much sweat above it that I don't want to get in my eye. It's gross. Isn't this the same road from the other day, just with a different skybox? Pretty much, Flip. They're all the same roads, all the way through New York. I miss some of my times at Key West. I went to the Baja Honda and saw a nice sky of stars. Key West is beautiful, man. I've only had the pleasure of being down there once. And I gotta tell you, I fell in love immediately with those little key deer. Really cool. Hey, Light Angel, how's it going? From our sins and he rose dead 3 days later. You repent on your sins and he will give you eternal life. Interesting. Okay. It's so dark in the Baja Honda area. I remember it being bright and beautiful the entire time I was down there, but I guess I wasn't out too much at night. I was too young to enjoy the nightlife, if you know what I mean. So we went down there, I fished a little, got myself a fresh coconut from a palm tree, relaxed. That was my Key West experience. I wonder what Jesus would order at Subway. Good morning, Captain Howdy. How's it going? If I had to guess, and it's completely biased of an answer, chicken bacon ranch melt. Tuna with marinara. Definitely not that. See you, Light Angel. Oh well. That sounds kind of good though. It probably isn't, but I want to try it. You know what I don't want to try, Captain Howdy, is that monstrosity that has been talked about more times than I can count on this channel. Bahia Honda is a state park of Key West. Lights are optional at night. Oh, cool. Sounds good. There's a lot of places like that throughout the country, DJ Ash, so where there's just like no light pollution at all. I remember one time I was on a through hike in the White Mountains, doing a couple of over 4,000 footers. Started off by doing Zealand Mountain and Zealand Cliffs, which is one of the most beautiful sights I've ever seen, by the way. I don't know if you guys want to look it up, but it was amazing. But I ended up sleeping, probably not legally, but ended up sleeping on top of Mount Boone, right on the peak, on a beautiful night, so clear we didn't even need tents. We just slept in sleeping bags. And you could literally look up and make out the shape of satellites in the sky. Is how high up we were and how dark it was and how beautiful the sky was. It was really cool. Tuna jalapeno would be worse. You're probably right, Flip. Now mix the three and you get tuna marinara sauce and jalapenos. I don't know that tuna goes with much. It was really cool, Flip. Yeah, it was really, really cool. Tough hike though. 2 days, 30 miles. Up mountains almost the entire time. But totally worth it. Starscapes are fabulous, exactly. And they make cameras. I don't have any, but they make cameras that are really good at capturing them. All mine suck. Nothing's worse than trying to take a picture of this beautiful starscape that you see. Then you take the picture on your phone, it just looks like a couple of twinkling lights here and there. Really underwhelming. I did some astrophotography before we looked at a light pollution map and drove to the nearest place without light pollution. How did that go for you, Flip? That sounds fun. It's amazing when you can get far enough away from the man population, what we can see. No kidding, ABC. Is today your Odell day? You deserve it. Yes, Fatalog. We are on our way there now. It's still 23 miles away from where we started this morning. But at the end of the day today, we have a hot shower and a bed waiting for us. And I am so ready. Oh, God. I have never before in my life wanted to shower more. It was a small village called 3 Clocks, but people look at you funny when you say, do you want to have photos at night? Lol. Whew. Sorry, I'm having trouble talking and speaking. This hill is beating me up. Like I said, they're not high hills or big hills, but there's a lot of them today. That should have read pollution, not population. I'm glad to see my brain is still working like yesterday. No worries, ABC, I gotcha. Good morning, Jim. How's it going? Take an hour shower, you must be drenched. Oh my God, the problem, Fatalog, is, right? I stayed pretty dry last night, even through the rampaging thunderstorms. All my tents stayed up sealed and good. But wrapping it up this morning, my fly and my footprint were covered in mud. And trying to get those things all wrapped up, I got myself covered in mud and grossness. So I gotta get all that cleaned off. I will do my best, Siggy. Whew. So you need a shower emo for that occasion. Lol. The photos turned out great. Got the whole Milky Way. That is so cool, Flip. I would love to see him, man. Oh boy. Well, these hills you're climbing are pretty long. They're crazy hills. Well, the problem is, ABC, and we've had days like this before. I just did not know today was going to be one of them. Every time I get over the peak of one hill, I look, and just like we see now, there is another hill off in the distance. There's just like no break from the hills. No break from the hills. So every pub I saw was something. Whoa. It's a very popular word over there, T. They love roosters. How did that look, D-Jash? We need a spirit level meter on screen so we can see how steep the hill is. You can usually tell by the sounds of my groaning, Flip, on how steep it is. The more I grunt, the steeper it is. I wonder why I named that area Suicide Corners. Ziggy, you know, I'm pretty sure I got an idea of why they named it. And it looks like it's because when you're sitting down in that corner, no matter which way you look, there's uphills. Just walking to California, uphill both ways. I keep trying to tell myself, ABC, that every time I do an uphill here, right? Every time I go uphill, it's I'm getting closer and closer to the top peak elevation. But then I keep looking up the elevation of where I am, and it's really not going up at all. And I don't know why. Sounds like a good time, honestly, though. Hey, IU ball. Slept okay. As I was going to sleep at like 8, 9 o'clock last night, we got hit with a giant booming thunderstorm. And I was a little worried that the seals on my tent were going to break or something like that. So I stayed up a little bit longer than I should have, making sure that it was all waterproof and no water was getting in. But we stayed dry all night. When I woke up in the morning, no water had gotten in and we were completely dry, so I'll take that. Oh, hi, Danny. How's he going? I heard he's talking now. Danny. I heard he's talking now. Yes, I go to the bathroom in the woods. Yep, IU ball. Mostly number one. If I have to go number two, I try to do it anywhere but the woods, but desperate times call for desperate measures, you know? And you gotta do what you gotta do. TMI? Hey, he asked, I answered. That's how it goes. All right. Keep us updated on that. You got it, IU ball. Nothing bad yet. That's good. Cheeses when he says corn. I heard. Gets his face all scrunched up. The best word Danny learned is walk low. Aaron Dan LaRock here is my closest friend from childhood ever in the world. And he recently, about almost, it'll be 2 years in August, 2 years ago, had a beautiful baby boy that he named Danny. So now he is Danny and his son is Danny. And we are currently talking about his son. If you were just planning this trip, knowing what you know now, what would you do different? That's a great question, ABC. I feel like it's an option, but to just one answer. And when I answer, I don't think I could ever admit that like not the best way. So answer is, hey Dad. Hey Brian. We were talking maybe a little ginger, by the way. Redhead is long. As you go. Is the way. All right, we got Why does this happen every time? Alright. Keep on moving. Every time, giant semi. Not resting. We're all the way up. Guys, take a rest. Hey, we're back. I'll take that. Good morning, Gecko Jeeper. We are pushing it here, man, to try to get back. The flashing light at one. Yeah, D-Jash, this is a nasty hill, man. And every time you think you're done with this hill, you get up over the crest and there's another hill waiting for you behind it. But we're pushing, man. I just want to get to this hotel more than anything else. Back again. It is pure berry again. All right, guys, I'm glad to hear it. I hope it stays. Hope it stays. Where's the hotel again? Attica. So we still have. Let's take a look at the Mystical Gypsy here. 11 miles to go. We still have a ways to go before we hit Attica. Hopefully, the terrain gets a little less hilly and it's a flat ride there. And if so, we can keep up pace. We should get there around 2 o'clock, which gives me plenty of time to rest up, get all my equipment and gear splayed out so it can dry up, and we can get going. Thanks, ABC, I appreciate it. You'll be going through my NFL team stadium tomorrow? Oh, don't tell me you're a Bills fan, honey badgers. Lol. Maybe when we get to the top of the hill, D-Jash. It's really bad form to rest when you're in the middle of a hill. It kills all your momentum and you actually spend more energy trying to restart. Welcome to Hotel California, such a lovely place. Such a lovely face. God. When is their check-in time though? I think it's probably 3T, but if we get there an hour early, I'll run over to like a laundromat or something and get my laundry done. It is not the end of the world. Also, they might let us check in early. Especially once we tell them our story and what we've been through to get to that point. Usually people are pretty helpful and able to accommodate us. Also, c'est la vie. Thank you very much for the follow. I appreciate it. Appreciate you and welcome to the walk. Sorry you were in a bad service area when you followed. Guys, I can't even open my eyes right now. There's so much sweat coming off my forehead. I can't see. All right, hold on. Let me get to the top of the hill. We'll wipe ourselves down. Come on, baby. It's like a mixture of sweat and dust because we have a headwind again, which it always seems like when the wind is blowing, it is blowing west to east, huh? All right. Need hiking goggles? Yeah, that'll be nice. Hotel might have washers and dryers there. I hope so, ABC. That'd be really nice. Do you plan to rest at the Suicide Corners? Maybe. I'm planning to take a little bit of a 5-minute rest right here, right at the top of this hill. I just gotta get to the top first, and it feels like these hills go on and on forever. So are you saying you're just a muddy mess? I am definitely a muddy mess, yes. That is for sure. All right, there's a guardrail up here we can take a seat on. I'll take that. And then it looks like there's more hills coming up after Suicide Corner, which is exactly what I wanted to see. Blah, 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 blah. That's all right. We know this is all going to be uphill until you hit the Rockies. It's all good. We planned for this. Buffering, save your breath. Great. Love it. Oh, not buffering for you? Okay, I'll take that. I gotta stop here for a second. I gotta wipe my brow so I can actually open my eyes. Hold on. God damn. Oh, I hope it's not buffering. We have 4 bars here. Just came back. Perfect. All right, good. I can see again. Snack on a sub. I do have a half a sub sitting right here. Unfortunately, I'm just like not hungry. I had the other half not too long ago, and I'm a little bit worried. I'm pushing myself right now to get up these hills, that if I try to force myself to take it down, I won't keep it down. You know what I mean? When you get a floppy hat, I think that will help a lot. It'll help with the sun. The problem is in these states, right, in like New York and Massachusetts, it's just so humid out in the Northeast that even if you're blocking it from the sun, your body is still sweating because that's what your body does, but the sweat doesn't actually evaporate, so it just sits on your skin, and after all that time, it just makes you feel hotter and hotter and hotter and hotter. Polik GG, thank you very much for the follow. I appreciate it. Appreciate you, and welcome to the walk. I want to take a jobby on Tom Brady's face. I hate how lovable and honest he is. Lol. Lol. Well, you know me, born and raised in Massachusetts. I am a Patriots fan through and through. All right. Unfortunately, with the threat of storms coming in, I gotta keep moving. Yeah, that was nice. That guy with that trailer gave us absolutely no space and just hit us with a blast of wind. But that's whatever, you know, it's fine. All right. Here we are. I think I see the one blinking light that is Suicide Corner is coming up. And that's kind of eerie. But we'll see it here in a second. Yes, Foxy Grandpa, thank everything that is good that tonight is the hotel night. Sean, you're better off just drinking water. I can never eat after a humid run for at least a couple hours. That's what I'm saying, ABC. Yeah, so I don't get me wrong. I definitely just drank more than a cup of water. Get it out. Santa Like I said, they will happen from time to time. Good morning, Danger Tater. Hopefully as we get closer to the town the hotel is in, though, the brighter the service gets. Hey, good morning, humanity. Good morning, Davey. How's it going? Too bad this is the night you're staying at the hotel. You're passing right by Darien Lake Park campgrounds. No kidding, ABC, but I am in desperate need of a shower and a night in a bed, so we're taking it. If I wanted to, I could have held off, and there's going to be actually a lot more hotel options past this one tomorrow, and I might stay at a hotel again tomorrow night. But I was getting pretty desperately stinky. And I just needed the night in the hotel. I hear that, yeah. Yeah. Doing good. Sorry late watching F1. How's the walk? It's going okay, Davey. We've had a lot of issues with service today, which stinks. But, you know, we have a day like that here and there. It is what it is. So we just keep on walking, and luckily we have ourselves a hotel tonight to get rested up at, so I'm happy with that. Just gotta make it there, and we're about 10 miles out from there now, I think. If not a little bit more than 10. Hey there, Outlaw. We are currently walking across the entire continental United States of America. We left in Boston, Massachusetts on May 1st, and we're headed to Santa Monica, California, to the Santa Monica Pier. A walk that's going to cover over 3,044 miles, take us anywhere from 5 to 6 months to complete, and we're doing the whole trip eating nothing but food that you can buy at a Subway restaurant chain, all in partnership with a great charity organization called Big City Mountaineers, which is an organization that takes kids and adolescents from underprivileged areas and brings them out for adventures in nature and the wilderness in order to give them experiences that they would not otherwise have the opportunity to have. Some of these campgrounds offer showers plus outlets for charge equipment. At least when Hitch was on the road, they do. No, they absolutely do, ABC. Yep. But the one benefit that they cannot offer you, that you can get at a hotel or a motel, is a bed. Oh, and I could use a nice little bed. Something soft to sleep on. I'm used to sleeping on this ground. How come you're having issues with service because of rural location? Yeah, no, it's hotel and sleep. Exactly, Davey, yep. We're just in farmland and there's not enough cell towers, so there is less service here than otherwise in other areas. And that is so true. And I am looking forward to that bed. Thank you very much, Outlaw. It should be one heck of a trip, man. We're already on day 22, I believe, and we're expecting this to take us somewhere between 150 and 180 days. So we got a long ways to go. Outlaw, thank you very much for the follow. I appreciate it. Appreciate you, and welcome to the walk. Except for Paul Pierce, being a Raptors fan, I like Garnet, Minnesota, and Ray Allen as a Sonic. Whew. Good, just chilling. Love to hear it, Davey. Hoping to finish today early so I can also just chill. I actually have a little bit of work I have to do tonight. Which is another reason I want to get in early, because I'd like to get that done and out of the way as soon as possible, so I can just relax. But unfortunately, that means pushing ourselves now to go as fast as possible to get to that hotel as early as possible, to get to work and as fast as possible, to get it done so that I can get all my gear set out and drying as fast as possible, and maybe do some laundry as fast as possible before I get all my gear plugged in and charging as fast as possible so that I can finally take a shower and relax. Most hotels just let you check in at 3, or can you get in there earlier? Sometimes you can get in there earlier, honey badgers, and you'll find that they're willing to work with you if they're really nice. But also, when I tell people my story, they think it's really, really cool, and a lot of people, thankfully, are willing to go a little bit out of their ways in order to help us out here. So hopefully they will let us in a little early. If not, like I said, I'll try to find some sort of a laundromat or something where I can do laundry to kill the time. But either way, the faster we get there, the faster we know we're there. Where about are you now from the hotel? We're about probably a little less than 10 miles, Davey. Take a shower and relax as fast as possible. There's just so much we gotta do before we can even get to that relaxed part. But we'll get it all done. No worries. Something that is nice today, though, is there's been a lot of cloud cover, which is keeping us nice and cool. And I like that a lot. Oh yeah, no, Monique. Long, long roads. Yeah, US 20 will take you, I think US 20 goes all the way across the country if we just wanted to stay on this road the entire way, but we're not going to do that. But we've been on US 20 pretty much from Pittsfield, Mass, all the way to just outside of Buffalo. We got off of it a little bit to do a little cut through Syracuse. But this is a very, very, very long road. Aren't you best saying extra night, don't rush, man? Yes and no, Davey. An extra night costs money. And as you know, we are poor. So we have to limit the amount of nights that we stay at a hotel. There was something else. I forget the other reason right now, but there is another reason why we probably shouldn't stay another night. Hey, Rosa, how's it going? You say you're staying at, Attica. Attica is the hotel. Country roads. There has got to be a specific sidewalk path off the highway along Erie to Cleveland. I don't know that there is. I know that we're gonna see a lot of Lake Erie. I'm pretty sure. We'll be on it for a little bit. Maybe not until we get down into Pennsylvania, but we will be on it for a little bit. But I don't know if there's a specific walking path for it. Bethany Center, cool. Are we buffering again? Are we stuttering again? Now you're good. Oh, okay, awesome. Thanks, Brian. Well, in that case, I hope your room is filled with Buffalo Bills posters. I hope not. I'll just pay the bill and I'll leave there, Badger Smiles. Lol. Alright. Well, ABC then, I want to take this opportunity to answer the question you asked earlier because it was a really good one. I think you asked, having gone as far as we have now, looking back on it, if we were planning this trip again, what would we change? To which I answered, A, that was a really good question. But also, answer is I wouldn't change anything. This has been perfect so far. Lol. Lol. Oh my god, now we're so. Oh my god. I can't do this, guys. I can't. All right.